How's it going, everyone? It's me, Mally, and I don't like Skate 4. Now, before this video begins, I would just like to say to like the vid, subscribe, share it with all your friends, all that YouTube stuff. And also, sorry for being gone for so long, even though I was uploading daily. Sorry for disappearing for a week. I had some family stuff that was going on, and then I just kind of haven't been in my house very recently. But now that I'm back in my crib, I'm gonna start making videos more often again. But I don't like Skate 4. Now, even before I played this game, when I was watching the gameplay, I knew I was gonna hate it, alright? I knew it was not gonna hold up to the third one, and I was so correct. Not only did this game just look terrible through the trailers and the gameplay, but the fact that they announced it was gonna be free also kind of put my radar on. I was like, hold on, what the fuck is going on? This greedy ass company is releasing a free game, so I knew we were gonna be cooked from there. And I wish I could play through the whole game to really give you the deep dive on how I feel, but I can't play this game for longer than 10 minutes without being disconnected and sent back to the title screen. This game is online only, which means if you have bad internet, you're not going to be able to play for very long without being disconnected and having to relaunch the entire game. And as you guys know, my Wi-Fi isn't the greatest, so of course I had to experience this over and over again, and I haven't really been able to do much, you know? What I do know is that this game feels sluggish. Doing an ollie in this game is so much worse than the third game. It just feels harder. It feels like your character's 500 pounds. And even though on screen it looks like you gain a lot of speed, you actually don't have that much speed in general. Your character doesn't go very fast at any point. Even if you're going top speed your character can go in this game, it still won't be enough to allow you to ollie onto a rail or do anything. Your character just feels heavy. Not to mention that your character also feels like it's a magnet towards any ledge. With Skate 3, you had to at least aim your character towards a ledge, but with this game, it'll just shoot you straight to it. And the controls are very inconsistent. When you're playing Skate 3 and you flick your Joy-Con up and down, you will do an ollie. But if you do it in this game, you're either doing a shove it, a kickflip, or an ollie. There's no precise controls. The game essentially just does whatever it feels like doing whenever you flick your Joy-Con. And considering that these games are all about chaining flips together and doing tricks on your board, having a control scheme like that definitely isn't helping. Also, I might as well mention the amount of glitches there are in this game. They did not attempt to fix any glitches from the pre-alpha at all. And I'll be honest with you, this game feels like it's catered to those types of players, you know? The street doesn't feel skateable. It feels like it wants you to skate from these tall buildings. But if you play the original Skate games, technically they were made to skate around the streets, you know? And there were some parks, but you were never meant to jump off of these giant ass buildings. It feels like it caters towards the speed glitches of Skate 3. And being somebody who's never used the speed glitch in Skate 3, I don't really like that. It feels like it caters to the streamers and the young audience who just abuse the speed glitches. It doesn't feel like a skate game. It feels like a game you'd see in the background of a movie or something, you know, just like a fake video game. It doesn't value street skating at all, which was kind of the main purpose of the other games. And it definitely doesn't cater to skateboarders. Let's talk about the transactions, alright? We all knew this was gonna happen because it was free. We all knew that. But there are $40 bundles of fucking costumes. And also, there's no battle pass, but there is an item shop. A daily item shop in a skate game. And also, Skate 3 was littered with a bunch of brands, you know, skater brands. The only one that I've seen so far is Thrasher. And there might be more. I think I might have saw Vans, but those two are the only companies I recognized. And the other games were built on this skater vibe, you know, having the skater brands, looking very rough almost, you know? Which brings me to the way this game looks. When I expect a skate game to come out, I expect it to be kind of rock, metal, rap, you know? That kind of almost dirty looking vibe. Because in Skate 3, that game was very dirty looking. Not only was there a bunch of obstacles everywhere, but there were industrial districts that just looked grungy. This game looks like a combination of The Sims 4 and Disney Infinity, if you guys have ever played that. This game looks like how Sabrina Carpenter's music sounds. There's no soul to it. There's no energy put into it. It's just blah almost, you know? Your character almost looks too clean and plasticky. Plastic is a good way to describe it, but also if you guys ever played the game where you're shrunken down and turned into little people and you have to survive, it's a very popular game. I'm just spacing on the name right now. It kind of looks like that. It's just not a very fun thing to look at whenever you're playing late at night, you know? Everything's very bright, and I don't know if there's a day and night cycle yet because I haven't been able to play for that long. But also, not to mention the sun's glare is fucking crazy, bro. It's almost as bad as Ark Survival Evolved, if you guys know what that is. If you guys know the glare in Ark Survival, bro, that shit is unbearable. And Skate is almost to that level. But if we go and look at the gameplay that's happening on the screen right now, I just disconnected again. This game needs an offline mode, you guys. Like, this game will not survive unless it has an offline mode. 1, I hate playing socially. I hate playing with other people around me. 2, fucking disconnect so often, it's crazy. 3, some people, that's just not some people's vibe, you know? Like, whenever I play Skate 3, I've never once done the online shit. Like, I think I played once with one of my friends and that was it. Like, never once have I been like, dude, you know what Skate 3 needs? Fucking online mode. Like, that's never gone through my head once in my entire life. My 19 years of living, an online skate game is not what I've ever thought about or wanted ever. So the fact that it's only online and there's hella fucking people in the lobbies, there's like 100 people per lobby and there's people everywhere. I don't really have anything good to say about this game except that you can turn off vehicles and pedestrians when you want to, but you can't turn off other people. There actually is a way to turn off other people. Just say you enjoy playing this game and you'll turn them off. That was a little sex joke for you guys. Hope you guys appreciate that one. But still, this game is so fucking annoying. And let's go back to the street skating, okay? You guys have seen my gameplay. This shit is just so bad, you know? Skate 3, you were meant to be able to grind on rails and grind on edges of like sidewalks. But in this game, there's like barely anything. There's no rails or nothing, you know? Like, they're scattered everywhere in the third game. But in this one, they're kind of uncommon, you know? Like, if you skate on the highway, the only thing to interact with is cars. And it really is unfortunate. This game was not designed to skate street. This game was only designed to hit crazy shit off of buildings, which, okay, if that's your favorite, like, way to play skate games, then sure. But having that be, like, the main part of this game is such a bad idea. Especially since it is so, like, off the rails compared to every other game in the franchise. Like, you can't even turn your brain off and play this game because there's nothing to play. This game just lacks content. It lacks fun places to skate. It lacks things to interact with when you're on the street. So unless you just want to replay the same loop on top of a building for like an hour, you're probably not going to have a lot of fun just riding around the city. And they say the city is big, but when you're on the ground, there's not a whole lot in it. There's not a whole lot to do. And it also just kind of seems smaller than what it is, you know? Like, you can go in a loop and be like, well, nothing's here, but I guess the city's big. It's just not my cup of tea, man. I don't know where they got lost, but they got lost, dude. Like, this game has nothing in common with the other ones except that you can ride a skateboard. You can't even ride the skateboard well. The controls feel terrible. Everything feels too slow and sluggish. But hey, you can ride a skateboard, so there you go. You have Skate 4, man. I knew this game wasn't gonna be good. I knew it wasn't gonna hold up to Skate 3, but to be this bad on release is so crazy to me. Not to mention the slowest way of moving is by your skateboard. You can roll faster than you can skate. You can fly faster than you can skate. You can do glitches to bounce yourself off of walls faster than you can skate. Not to mention your ollies, you go like an inch in the air, and even if you can get up high enough, it doesn't really like work, you know? Like, there's no good way to describe it. It just doesn't work. Like, you can never ollie where you want to, but you'll be attracted like a magnet to a random railing that was right next to you. It just doesn't feel right to play. I also want to mention how fucking bogus the camera angles are, dude. Like, the camera feels so wrong. I've been tweaking with the camera settings for so long, and it still is so fucking weird. Like, it doesn't follow you how you want it to. It doesn't get the right angle. The camera, as well as the gameplay, just doesn't, like, work, you know? It's all inconsistent. And the fact is, I see more positive things online than negative things, so people don't really care about how trash this game is. They're still gonna eat it up and buy everything they can anyways, you know? People just don't care for quality nowadays, and it's because of them that, you know, we get shitty products like this. Like, everyone saw the glitches in the pre-alpha and thought, hey, I want this in a game about skating. I want to be able to fly around in a skating game. I want to be like Superman whenever I'm playing my skating games. Like, I'm not sure about you guys, but I've never wanted to be like Superman in real life, and I damn sure don't want to be like him in a game about riding a skateboard. And I just cannot believe how people are fine with the state that this game is in, how this game feels, feels, how this game looks, the glitches. I'm just so surprised that people don't care about any of that. And nobody cares about it being like only online as well. Like, am I the only person in the world who has bad Wi-Fi? Like, there's gotta be somebody else in this world who is also getting disconnected as much as I am. There has to be another person in the world who doesn't like these glitches, but I haven't seen it from anybody else. So I have absolutely no clue what's going on with like the people who are playing this game. Like, I have no clue if these people have been brainwashed into thinking that this is a good final product, but this is just the most buns product I've ever seen in my life, dude. Like, they released this. It has been released. It says early access, but the game was published. I just don't know how people can accept this as like a product that they want to like have fun with, you know? A product that they are going to pay for. Because this game is free, but there's also paid versions. It goes from free to $40. No in between. I just don't understand how people would put up with that, you know? If this game wasn't free, I would have never bought it. But yeah, guys, that's the end of this video. If you guys liked it, make sure to like the vid, subscribe, share with your friends, all that YouTube stuff. And this game made me really mad as a die-hard Skate 3 fan who grew up on it. But that's all I have to say, and I'll see you guys in the next video.